What up? What up? What up? What up? Well, most definitely the markets have been down. So where do we go from here? That is the question. So let me repeat myself. What up? What up? What up? What up? Not the markets, because they've been down. But where we at now? Where we at right now? We are in a position where we're gonna take a look at the markets. It's your boy, Money Mike. When I'm doing my TA, I look a little bit like this. Bow, wow, wow, UPO, UPA. We gonna get it. So first of all, obviously what we got to do is we got to start with the disclaimer, because I don't want any of y'all saying that I gave you investing advice when I didn't. So let's get to that right away. Also, if you want to check out more about the company, go to blockchainsensei.com. So disclaimer, boom, let's get that. So disclaimer, all content is for education, information, and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice or a recommendation to buy, sell, hold any assets or place any trades. Please do your own research. Our content is intended and should only be used for informational use. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment, which should be based on your own individual circumstances. You should always take the independent and professional advice from a professional advisor or independently research and verify all the information you find on the show that you wish to rely upon, whether you wish to make an investment decision or otherwise. All investment comes with risk. Please do your own research. I am not a financial advisor and do not intend to be perceived or received as a financial advisor. However, I am working in collaboration with several accredited advisors. So if you're unable to mitigate your risk, then contact us immediately so we can refer you to an accredited financial advisor. So what's happening this week is a crazy week. Last week we saw the earnings of big boys like Netflix. This week we have 130 companies reporting. Then the week after, Wednesday, we got 203 companies. Then on Thursday, 265 reporting. Now, who are some of the titans that are reporting? Microsoft, Google, Meta, Apple, Amazon, Exxon. Oh boy, it's going to be a hell of a ride. So let's see who we've got on what day. So we've got Microsoft, Google, Visa, Chipotle, Coca-Cola, Spotify, just to name a few, all on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, we've got Meta, Ford, Boeing, Teladoc, Bristol Myers Squibb, Kraft Heinz, Deutsche Bank. That should be an interesting one for Deutsche Bank. Then on the Thursday, we've got Apple, we've got Amazon, we've got Intel, we've got Shopify, we've got Pinterest. Yeah, man, we've got American Steel. Then on Friday, we've got Exxon, Chevron. Those are the main two big ones there. So let's get into it. Let's go have a look at what's happening on these charts. Let me just stop sharing and then reshare, because I've been told that sometimes my screen don't share. So let's just make sure it is sharing this time. So before we even go anywhere, this was one of my former picks and calls that I put out on the Twitter of Exxon, which you can see that did pretty well. This week, my trades that I'm going to be executing are going to be on Google, Apple, IBM, Amazon, and Meta. That's where I'm placing mine. Let's just whack that in, because that's prime and ready to go. Boom, look at that. Don't know if you've seen what I'm seeing. Boom. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into the markets and see what's happening. So overall, the Vanguard Total Index, the retracement level that was expecting it to hit, it kind of did that. But when we readjust this for the top to right there, we can see, boom, this 190 level was a perfect hit, bounce up. This next level, 70, nice hit. Look at that support there, right there. Boom, bounce up. Now, where are we? We're in a position whereby this is suggesting if we've hit the 702 retracement right here on the Vanguard Total stock market, then we should be getting a bounce up. We should be getting a bounce and a break out of this here, like so. Let's have a look at that on the daily and see what it looks like. Looks a little something like this. So we can see it's broken out and it's retested it and bounced straight back up over it. So now the next test is this level here. If we can get past this 187 level, then it's off to the races and the bull market is back. However, this could be a temporary little fake out where we have a little market rally before we come on back down. But being as this is the 7-0 true retracement, this is looking quite confident for me. Then additional levels, if we do break that, then this is where we're looking at going down to, which ain't good for nobody, either there or slap bang on top of this high here. So those are the two levels that we're looking at. Now, when we look at it in terms of the VT, and this is the big bad boy, the VT had some gaps on it. Those gaps have now been filled, like we said. But now how we're looking, that RSI, as we can see, if we look at it right here, boom, look how low that RSI was. Have we got a nice support that's formed just around about here? Kinda, not fully though. It's not the one we want. It's not the clean one. We've got a slightly cleaner one there, but we're not going to take that one for now. But let's look at it. What's cracking with the VT? So what is the big market mover for the VT? Let's understand what we're looking at and why we look at the VT first of all. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen and reshare it. And there we go. So the VT, it's a bit of a big bad boy. It kind of moves the world. Let's put it that way. Why does it move the world? That is simply because it is made up of 9,535 stocks. So it's a good representation of what is going on in the world. So this one, the total fund assets in this one right now are 28.4 billion. It's weighted at the moment, as we can see, it's made up of 3.58% of it is Apple, 2.95% of it is Microsoft, 1.7% of it is Amazon, 1.14% of it is Tesla, 0.9, basically 1% is Google. Now that's the VT. If we go and have a quick little look at the VTI, you'll see how important this week is for the entire stock market. So when we look at the VTI, let's go and have a look and see the weighting of it and the impact it can have on the market. Okay, so total assets in this fund here is 1.1 trillion spread across 4,000 companies. So let's see what the majority holdings are. Apple 5.8%, Microsoft 4.82%. So just from Apple and Microsoft alone, they make up 10% of the VTI. Now, if these move, what do we expect is going to happen? The whole market is going to move. Topped off by Google, topped off by Amazon. So they're just going to drag everything else with it. So let's see how this pans out. So hopefully that made sense to you, why it's important to look at the VT and why it's important to look at the VTI for a true representation of what is going on. So here we can see this is the VT that we're talking about. RSI got down to 19. If that is not a buy the dip opportunity, I do not know what is. So let's go and have a look at then what impact that's had on the SPX, which is the S&P 500. We see on the weekly where we always look first. Nice little downtrend right there. As you can see, beautiful touches, easy trading. Then when we go to the daily, boom, 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 boom. Had a little spike out there, yes. However, it didn't manage to retest it. However, here it's done the exact same thing, but this time it has retested it. So what's the level that we're looking for? The level that we're looking for is for it to get past the 3890 level, and then from there to get past this a major downtrend that we have right here around the 4,100 mark. Now let's go and look at the tech sector. Tech sector doing something pretty similar, the downtrend and then the retest, just slap bang nicely on one of the levels that we've already marked off at 266. So that's quite good. We did say if it went below 266, it would be a sell. So it was a sell down to here, didn't get back to 250. So now we've got this slight uptrend happening. Let's have a look at the put to call ratio. So the put to call ratio, why is that important to note? That is kind of one of the golden gems of the space, the put call ratio, as we can see here. So this red box here means all-time highs are going to be happening. And when we're all the way up, as you can see, so green means market dips or crash. So we're looking for the market, we're looking for candles to the downside on the put to call ratio. And if we look closely, this is a real macro behavior analysis. Yeah, what we've got an ever so slight downtrend on the put to call ratio. When we look at the weekly, you can see it a little bit better there. So yes, that is suggesting that there's less puts on the market, more calls on the market, which is good. So that's people investing to the upside on the options. And again, we've got to look at the VIX. While into the buy the dip zone, it's not into the crisis zone, which is 45. Once we hit the 45, that is the absolute get alone buy everything zone for me personally. But at the moment, we can see that the VIX is coming down just in time. However, this is where it gets interesting because we do have this trend line forming on the VIX. So let's see what happens with that. That's why I'm being a bit wary, going to have really tight stop losses on things. Now, what's the AI saying? The AI is saying that the market is about to move up. So again, we pull this in. Well, actually, the AI is saying it's just broken above it. Not too sure what's happening next. Then when we look at what's causing all of these problems, it is the actual dollar itself, which is being a nightmare. I'm just going to stop sharing and make sure my screen is sharing. Of what happens sometimes. So yeah, the dollar itself is causing all these problems because it's making it hard for every company in the world to make money because of imports and exports. We can see that the RSI and the dollar is absolutely ridiculous, tweaking. It has started pulling back now, finally. So some potential good opportunities there on the DXY. When we look at it on the daily though, there is a bit of a support line there. So it would be interesting to see what happens if we break through this support line or if we get stopped out at this resistance level here. But let's do a little bit of a retrace magic and see where we would be going to if we did pull back from the latest move to the upside. So retracement. I'm going to say the real momentum, real impulse was here. The high was there. You can see it kind of teased this level here, 38.2. I feel like this is a little bit inaccurate. I need to see what happens if we do it from there. Yep, if we do it from the green candle, we get a total different result. We can see it touched exactly on the 61.8 right here. So let's see how that plays out. Very interestingly. Got to just wait and see on that one. If it was to come down further, hopefully the dollar will come down to around 110. Give us a bit of a breather on the markets. So the other thing that's causing all this is the 10-year treasury, which is flying up right now. Again, the RSI is ridiculous at 79.0. Just ridiculous right now. The yields that have been offered on 10-year bonds. Potential turnaround anytime soon with the RSI being at 78. Tweaking 78 on the weekly, guys. At one point on the daily, it hit 80. So yeah, that was crazy. So why is that a problem? That's because investors don't want to take risks because of the climates that we're in at the moment. So a safe move is to invest in 10-year bonds and get 4.2% on your return on your 10-year bond. So there's the 10-year treasury note. We just looked at that. 5-year is now at 4.35%. So we've got a bit of an inverted yield curve there. Then the same with the 2-year, that's also up at 4.4 what is that? 4.639%. So let's just think of this. If you're a multimillionaire, you've got 1 million, you've got 2 million, you've got 10 million. If inflation is at 10%, you've just lost. Let's call it 1 million. If you inflate in cash, or if you're a company and you've got 100 million, so individual at 1 million, a company at 100 million, inflation is 10%. You've lost 100,000 if you're individual, and you've lost 1 million if you if it was 100 million, you'd lost 10 million if you're a corporation, if you've got 100 million in cash. So these 10-year bonds look pretty good. Now, in fact, if you can just put 100 million cash to the side and get 4% on it, you know, you're probably going to want to take that 4 million just for doing nothing. So yeah, that's why they're so attractive right now. So that's the stocks, the Dow Jones. As we can see, still in a downtrend. Again, similar pattern of what's happening here. Retest and bounce up. Cheeky little support level just there. As you can see, and we've got the RSI curving up as well. Okay, so let's have a look at ARK. ARK is, yeah, been getting battered. For me, I'm actually going to be purchasing some ARK stock this week, just because it is too prime to decline. For me personally, in a fantastic buy zone for me there. If this goes down any further, I don't mind. I'll probably just be dollar cost averaging into this. I mean, this was all the way up at one point, 158. So if you believe in innovation, this one's for you. If you don't, yeah. But again, we can see there's a really nice support line now. It did dip below it, but let's just see what happened next. So let's talk about crypto. So this crypto total market is down dramatically from the all-time high of 2.9 trillion. Yep, that's almost 3 trillion down to 800 billion. Obviously, the stock market has lost 20 trillion and everyone's crying about that. But let's just whack in the trend line here and see what we're seeing. So quite a bit of a clear, well, not a super clear uptrend, but if you did that and you counted those wicks as just spike outs, then it's a little bit more clear as we can see if we do that. So what am I expecting here? We've got a bit of a downward wedge that's happened here. So if we look at this, boom. So what happens when we get a downward wedge? We often get a spike out to the upside like this. Let's just put this in on here. Well, let's see what happens in the crypto market. If the tech market goes up, crypto probably will go up with it. So let's look at the crypto market excluding Bitcoin and excluding Ethereum. Same downward wedge that I've been looking at for a while. So let's see what happens here. Exciting times ahead. If we do break out of this, I think then we probably might see the altcoins go to around the 1 trillion mark and then probably come back down again from there. But let's see. So Bitcoin market cap is down at 368 billion, down from 1 trillion. What an amazingly beautiful downward trend this has got on it though. So what I'm expecting with this is probably for it to break out of here at this downtrend, hit this, and then come back down into mid 2023 and then spike up. So let's have a look at Bitcoin's market cap in a little bit more detail. we got this happening here. I don't know. Is that pretty obvious to you? Pretty obvious to me. What a beautiful downtrend that is. Does this even go further? Yeah, it does. I mean, what a beaut. So when we look at Bitcoin's dominance, this is in terms of how much of the total market of crypto is made up by Bitcoin. We can see that it's come up, but it is overall in a downtrend. Now we need it to be in a downtrend for the sake of the alts. It's obviously come up right now, but if we again draw this in, okay, ignore that. Bad TA there. I'm being biased. So Bitcoin USD, this is the actual price of Bitcoin now. We can see this has just been hovering along really nicely. An incredible support line there at 18,181. It's a bit 18181. It's a bit of an interesting number. But yeah, we've got this kind of inverse cup and handle here, which is something I'm a bit wary of. So let's just draw this inverse cup and handle, which would suggest Bitcoin's due to go down further, which if it did and the alts went up, that would be interesting. That would be super interesting. I'm going to probably reset all this TA on Bitcoin because it's no longer relevant. We did famously tell people to get out of Bitcoin, or well, not tell people to get out of Bitcoin because we're not financial advisors. We did famously leave our positions in Bitcoin in October and November last year, and yeah, wish we traded that down. We're not really short sellers, but it's something we are going to be starting to do now. It's trading both to the upside and to the downside because it just makes sense. So in terms of Ethereum, again, we've got this really beautiful downtrend, but if we mark it off on a weekly, it's a little bit easier to see. So let me do this. And with Ethereum, I'm actually going to pull in the moving averages. So we can see that the 100 moving average is just here, kind of acting as a roof. Let me do it for the Bitcoin price as well. That's the weekly. This is the 200 week moving average. So this is where I'd expect it to come up to, and it would have a few problems at 26K. So Bitcoin from here up to 26K, if it was going to go anywhere, and then I'd expect some real problems for it after that. If we look at it on the daily, again, you can see the 200 weekly is also around this level. So this area here would be a massive sell level for me personally. So if we just mark that in and we change that to red. Okay, so let's go back to ETH and look at moving averages here. So well done to anyone that managed to cop some ETH at 800. Damn, you kind of done better than the whole S&P. I mean, crypto's a bad asset, they say, but let's measure this. Obviously, it would have been hard to like buy the dip, but let's call it here, where there was a bit of a support up to where we are now. There's still 30% gains. Pretty mad. So yeah, that's how that's looking. Let's remove these moving averages again. Okay, so what else we're looking at? Not the global markets, not crypto index, no. Oil. So obviously we know if oil prices go up, the markets tend to feel the pain of that a couple of months after and come down. At the moment, oil, is it in a downtrend? I don't know. I wouldn't really. Damn. 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 Don't want to say it, but so that would mean the problem would be next summer. We're gonna have a bit of an interesting time. So let's move this over to here. So that's the problem time where we want to get back into the oil things. But for the now, this is suggesting oil is coming down. So I'm gonna add oil to my watch list just because that looks pretty nice. Let's add the moving averages in. Nothing too clear there. We go on the daily. Again, look at that super high RSI, suggesting that it should have come down. So this would have been, yeah, very interesting. That was kind of clear with that high RSI. Even more clear here. Look at that. The RSI was at what, 80? Yeah, that was a fairly clear one. But let's have a look at what happens here. Again, very clear downtrend here on oil. But yeah, would expect it to respect that 31 support line. But yeah, I'm gonna add oil to my my watch list or oil-based stocks. Gold, beautiful bounce off the support line there, off the 1613 that we marked off. Congratulations to anyone that's been trading gold. Very, very nice. Again, let's whack in the MAs. Main area that I would say, again, golden rule, follow the 200. Probably could break between these, but I think it would struggle at this 100 right here because the 100, and let's just mark this off as red. You've got the 100 there, and you've got a resistance level. So I'd probably, I don't know, it depends on your lot size. Let's just draw this in. So you probably go after it breaks there. Oh, no, that's fib. Okay. Let's do this on the 1 hour. Oh no, let's do it on the daily. So if your stop was just below that, you take profit. Oh no, was there. It's not the greatest risk reward ratio, but if you bring that stop in, well, that's expecting it to just go straight up from here, which is pretty unlikely. Anyway, but silver, oh, why is it just done that? Oh, it's my RSI. Let's just get rid of that. And then let's bring back my RSI. Okay, so the UK markets, what we're expecting, I think this is the 20-day moving average, looking like it wants to stop it out right there. Let's see what happens. There's actually a really tiny support level there. No, resistance level, I mean. Oh, and the 200-day moving average is there on the weekly. 200-week moving average is right there. So I don't think this is making it past this, to be honest, guys. I'd be very surprised if it ever made it past that. And that has been the FTSE, been down consistently and sideways for the last however many years. About 10 years? Yeah, footsie, what a joke. 10-year 10-year yields on the UK bonds. RSI up at 84. That on the weekly. I think it's kind of due to come down. On the daily, it was all the way up at 90. That is ridiculous. So hence why that came down a little bit there. Let's remove those. Okay, the European market. Let's have a quick glance. Yeah, not really too interested in that, are we? So let's now go to some individual stocks. Okay, so the ones that are reporting, let's do those. So Amazon, what's Amazon saying? Let's do the weekly first. Look at that downtrend. This is the support level that we marked in. It's kind of respected that. And that's the weekly trend. Well done to anyone that caught that and traded that up from there. This is why I need to be back on my trading, man. Sorry, I've been too much on this hustle. Been missing these buttes. But I'm back now. I'm back. It's too much money to be made. So let's see what happens here when Amazon gets the 1119. But I think personally we'll probably get a breakout here. Let's have a look at the moving averages. Ooh, 200 MA right there. Ooh, let's see. Let's see. If this breaks this though, boy. Interesting. Okay, let's see what happens with that. So where I'd probably put my start, I'd want it to break this and break the 50. Oh, this isn't a 200 week day. This is 200 week moving average. Yeah, if it breaks that and goes back through that, boy, Amazon's going to do a Mazzolini. So in case for that, here's my play that I'm going to set up on this. I'll bring that down to there. I'd want it to break this level. Let's do a Fibonacci. Yeah, the 786 is right there. So 3-1, it's not the juiciest. But then yeah, it's an interesting one, that. Let's look at that on the daily. Look at that, 200-day moving average is right there as well on the, the 702? And the 618, look at that. Interesting, very interesting there with Amazon. Let's see if it can break that price. It's not looking. If it breaks this, the 618 area here, be very surprised because it's just got too many stoppers for it. It's got the 200 week moving average, which was this one here. So let's make this thicker. Oh, 200 week and week moving averages. We do like this. Let's see, moving average as well. let's see what happens there with that one. And then the fib was this here. So that would be a white line, white dotted. Interesting, very interesting. Obviously, the play would have been to have caught it here, because then from here up to there would have been a 20% move, and to there 25% move. So you could still ride the rest of this wave, but and then probably have one stop here, another stop there. Yeah, probably have a few stops on that. Let me just check my battery. 49%. Okay, cool. Next, Apple. Apple's already breaking out of this trend, as we can see. Interesting. Then we've got what else we got? What's going on here? Let me just take this moving average off. Let's go to the weekly first. So we can see this was one hell of a down trade. Oh my God, I wish I was trading this down. But yeah, Apple, as we mentioned before, is the biggest market moving stock. So if this breaks this, yeah, we're going to get a bit of a semi-bull run. But I'm not actually that confident on it doing that, to be honest with you. Although the weekly moving average is all the way down here at 128. Let's just make this what it needs to be. Okay. So let's go to the daily on it. Interesting. I'm not too sure on Apple now. I was before. Microsoft. Again, let's get rid of the all these sell orders. And again, it's tested it already ahead of earnings. Interesting. Let me just do something strange here for a minute, which would be, let's take this to here, down to here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 take profit levels. Let's change these to red. Let's change them to red. Dotted, red, dotted, red, 1. Now bringing the MAs. 200, slap bang there as well. Boom. And this, now we change to 3, dash, keep that red. Okay, so Apple, interestingly, oh, hello. I just saw something that I didn't see before. So this temporary trend line is actually a major downtrend line. I didn't even spot, which is right here. It's kind of like this. Let me just tweak this a little. Boom. There we go. And that would be perfect. Because it's bounced here off the 200 and off the trend line. Moving to the upside. Bam. This is the area here where it would have an absolute shit show. So from here is where we would expect it to come back down. So there's a bit of a play here on the trade. Really nice support there. So we'll go to, we'll go line, we'll go green, and probably go with something like this. Really tight stop. Because if it breaks that, then it's all over anyway. Which would mean the upside would be, total upside would be here. I wouldn't risk it more than that. Ooh, 76-1 risk to reward ratio. Now you're talking my language, baby. Yeah. Okay. Gonna have to run that play on Microsoft. Ooh. Oh no. I lied. Because you'd be getting in here. Got gas too soon. That would have been if you caught it as it retested it. Damn. Sorry guys, got everyone excited for no reason. Okay, so ignore that. Google. Let's remove the MAs. Potential move to the upside and again to this trend line here to 109. Meta as well. It's respected that support line, that level that we called way back. We called this level. Yep, you can see it here perfectly. Expected bounce. Let's see what happens from here. Tesla. Again, it's come down, but the RSI was crazily low. Had bad earnings. RSI was at what? 22. And now it's hit the trend line. Let's see if there's an MA, what we expected. Nothing on the daily. When we go weekly. Oh, again, nothing there. Okay, interesting on that one. Netflix. Cup and handle, baby. So I've been backing Netflix for a while, as you probably know. Probably got a cognitive bias. Ooh, 200 a week. Oh, damn. Let's see if it gets past that. I don't think it will because it's got this fat gap here that needs to get filled. So, yeah, I don't think it will on that one. Visa was the other one. Visa was suggested by my algo, so I don't know. I don't really know about the TA on this one. This one was just suggested by the algorithm. I can see why. Again, it's done a retest. Kind of get it. Is there something I'm not seeing? That's the level. But see, I don't know. I'd have to break that. I don't know about that anymore now. I don't know if it's gonna break that, but if it does, okay. I see the play. I see the play. You can only see the play if you're on the weekly, though. Boom. Super tight stop. If it breaks out of it. And then that'd be up to there. Okay. 12-1. I like that. Okay. And then it would be what? Let's see what the fibs are saying. On the weekly now. Small movements. Green candle. Let's go daily. We do from here. Sorry guys about swearing. We'll go from here to here, back down to here. Yeah, nothing I'm really lining up to hit too hard on that. Algo suggested this one as well. I can see why. Low RSI hit the support line that we marked off ages ago. Again, last time there was low RSI here. Bam, bam. Damn. Getting in these too late, man. That would have been a nice, what's that move? 12%. Damn. You pay more attention to my own charts. But I'm going to do a little light risk on this if it breaks this 200. Would go boom, boom, boom. 160. Let's just mark these fib levels in. One here. This is an IB. And then I'll take a quick look at some cryptos. Why is this not letting me? Yeah, what the fuck? Let's get rid of this now. So we know it's a fib. Okay, let's see. And then finally to short, and that coincides with what we're saying about oil. Obviously, the trade was there, 200 moving average, and you had the trend line. Oh, actually, it's broken it. Okay, I don't know about that in a moment. Let's wrap up on cryptos real quick. So ape, just consolidating, going sideways. Slight uptrend. If we look at it here, we'll be ready to go. Dot, the one we've been waiting for. It's just getting bad. It's just getting bad. It's back down to $5. Gonna dollar cost average back in now. It's in my buy zone, which is here. So this is my buy zone. I mean, £5 for polka dot. That's, you actually understand the technology? It's offensive, in my opinion, not financial advice. Okay, so I need to buy some dot. So I need to put that on my list. Let me go to the watch list. Crypto watch list. Ape and dot so far. Ape and dot. And then let's go back here. Polygon. Really nice uptrend there. Can't not notice that. Can't not notice it. Don't know about it being there for a trade though. Cardano 0.351. Are you crazy? Y'all gotta get me some of that. That is crazy. So I'm gonna add Cardano to that list. Let's just have a quick look at file. And I'm gonna add file to that list. So file, Cardano. Yeah, let's add those two. Yeah, just those two for now. So Filecoin. And Cardano. Cool. That's the watch list for this week. And bargain buys. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Bye.